Do you like Digimon? Do you like visual novels? Do you like tactical RPGs? If you answered yes to 2 or more of those questions, you might just like Digimon Survive.
I'm Tacticsmon, and I'll guide you on your journey through Digimon Survive.
Don't worry, I won't keep talking like that. Released July 29, 2022, published by Bandai Namco and developed by Hyde, originally Witchcraft, captured on the PS4 version on my PS5. Let's get this out of the way. Digimon Survive is a visual novel tactical RPG hybrid, emphasis on the visual novel. Some say the ratio is 70-30, I think it's 85-15. And so we could examine the game in these 2 distinctive chunks and evaluate how well its visual novel part holds up and how well its tactical RPG systems fare, and then how and if they work together at all. So let's do that. But here's the thing, I played only a few visual novels, Doki Doki Literature Club, The Silver Case, and its sequel, and some of Steins Gate Zero. All of this is to say my evaluation of the visual novel section, which is most of the game, is coming from, let's say, a rookie perspective. That was a Digimon joke. Did you get it? Digimon Survive could have been an incredible game if it had had an editor. The sheer number of words. I would love to know if you printed out all the text in Digimon Survive, if it would rival the page count of Infinite Jest. Is this just a given in the genre of visual novels? That with limited budget, the focus is on character exploration instead of environmental exploration? But I'd argue the repetitive interactions take so much away from the game. Usually, I'd cry out that the developer was padding out the game, but you could realistically cut the dialogue at half, then add in the TRPG battles and have a full experience. Too many times, Digimon Survive feels like it's spinning its wheels. Whenever any decision has to be made, your main character, oh yeah, this game has a main character, Takuma Momozuka, has to weigh in. That's fine. We've long accepted as gamers that we're the ones that make the world, the digital world, function. And yet, what a lot of bad anime does, and Digimon Survive does, is make sure every character present has a reaction to every thought anyone has. To illustrate, hey guys, we should go to point A.
Yeah, let's go to point A. I'm not sure if we should go to point A, but if everyone else thinks we should go to point A, I'm fine going to point A. What do you think, Labramon? Point A? Aoi, whatever you want, Aoi. You're so awesome, Aoi. I think you're awesome too, Takuma. Let's go to point A. Peppa Breath. I'd love to go to point A, but my fucking brother won't stop protecting me from these things trying to kill me, and something bad might happen to me before the game started, but we're not going to talk about it.
Mew, I'm just trying to be a good brother. We can't go to point A because my sister needs to be safe. But we're not safe anywhere. We might as well go to point A because we have to progress the story further, so we can't really stay here at not point A. I know you are correct that we should go to point A, but I fear for my sister. But if it's the only way, then I suppose we can go. Point A? Are you guys fucking serious? How do you think we can make it to point A with this piece of shit Lopmon following us around? Fuck Lopmon.
I love you, Shuji. Please stop kicking me. That hurts. And I love you. Why don't you love me, Shuji?
Man, I wish Shuji and Lopmon could just get along. Well, weak sauce, time to go to point A.
Yeah, let's go to point A. Saki, are you okay to go to point A? I worry about you, Saki. You sure you're okay? Thanks. But yes, I'm okay.
Minoru, pardon my interruption, Saki, but I concur that point A is the place we should be going, and I think we should gauge the reactions of everyone one more time before making the journey, because if we are not prepared, it could bring ill fortune.
Mommy? Are you my mommy? My mommy?
Ryu, stop asking me that.
Mommy!
Hey guys, we about ready to go?
Where am I? Sorry. I was lost in thought. Are there any young girls I can protect? I'll throw myself right at those monsters. I'm invincible for some reason. Point A. Oh, I remember Point A. In my childhood, there was a shrine to Point A.
And on, and on, and on, and on. It becomes comical at a point. Some of the weaknesses of the writing become much more apparent if you're marathoning the game like I was. But even with that bias in mind, there's no excuse for this amount of circular dialogue. In journalism, there's an idea that few words and the right words equals the greatest impact. Part of it is attention span, and part of it is meaningful progression. When you say the same thing over and over again, the player's thinking, get to the point. Some of the characters and relationships had me scratching my head. In the context of the game, they've known each other for less than a week, even a day at certain parts of the script, and yet they'll have conversations about, that's the Mune I know, along with certain personality pivots and arcs that need more time in the oven to feel developed. Despite all of this, the story isn't horrible, but you will have to slog through what seems like never-ending back and forths that kill most of the intrigue the game starts off with.
だったら修二さんはどうするつもりなんだよ。ここに居続けてな。
Without getting into spoilers, Takuma and a group of his classmates are on a field trip to an old school. There was a landslide shortly before you got there, and whilst investigating, you find yourself in a mysterious place where nature seems out of whack, and strange monsters with names like Agumon befriend you. The game quickly, relatively, introduces some furrowing mysteries. Where are we? Why can Agumon speak Japanese? Why don't the characters question why Agumon can speak Japanese? Anyways, let's talk about what brought me to the party. Tactics, baby. The most surprising part about Digimon Survive is that I liked the battle system a lot. I describe it as comfort food tactical RPG. It's like a Publix. You can go into any Publix, and if you've been in a Publix, you know where everything is. Sure, the bakery might be in one side versus the other, and the chip aisle might be reversed, but there's an internal logic that feels familiar. I could play this game with my eyes closed. Yes, because most of it is extremely easy, but also because of how traditional the systems are. You've got HP, SP, move, attack, more damage around the back, elemental affinities, physical and special attacks. And then it stacks a bunch of little additions that, though superfluous, don't take away anything, like the excessive dialogue of the visual novel portions. You get little boosts of HP and SP from allied units based on your relationships outside of battle. Same thing with team attacks. Critical chance is increased by increasing your elevation in reference to the enemy you're targeting. And the UI, while not beautiful, in battle gives you all the info you'll need with accuracy, counter chance percentages, along with nice displays of your attack areas and simplified grids. Each story-relevant Digimon human partner has the ability to talk once per battle to another story-relevant Digimon to give them a specific stat boost or heal in Aui's case. Kind of like the Quietuses in Triangle Strategy. Then you add Digi-Evolutions, which take SP every turn but turn your rookies into progressively powerful houses as you unlock them in the story. Then there's the free battles and non-story encounters that give the opportunity to win wild Digimon to your side in a system most similar to Persona, where the Digimons ask you questions, and depending on your answers, you can win favor, giving you the chance, if everything goes right, for them to join you. Those Digimon can be permanently digivolved, unlike your story Digimon. There's enough depth to the tactics side of Survive that it doesn't feel tacked on, even if it plays second fiddle focus-wise to the visual novel side. Did you need to abbreviate condition in battle? If only the game had been this frugal with words everywhere else. The only thing that I'll knock in the tactics department is the victory fanfare. It sucks. Do better. In conclusion, a distinctive, if uneven dish, mixing Digimon into a visual novel and whisking in some tactical role-playing game nougat, would have benefited from an evener distribution and is a lesson that, when it comes to word count, length does not mean depth. I mean, they're two different words, of course not, idiot. Fucker. I have to praise the darker moments of this game. If it had leaned into that all the way, which would have been difficult given the T rating, I think I would have respected it even more. There were one or two moments where I legit clapped my hands and said bravo, because I didn't think that they had the cojones to do what they ended up doing. There were similar instances of disappointment where they would, in passing, bring up other subjects to explore that are quite taboo, and then drop them completely. Another note is that because I was capturing the game for review, I let the audio play out in the voice scenes, which elongated the game to maybe 3 times its amount, versus if I had played through the scenes simply at my reading speed. The game would have taken me 50 hours if I hadn't decided, after capturing 15 hours at this molasses speed, to pick up the pace, because I had enough spoiler-free-ish footage. So my tip would be, even though the Japanese voice actors did a fantastic job, don't feel obligated to listen to all of it unless you're unemployed and someone else is paying your rent and the only game you have this summer is Digimon Survive. On the next episode, Front Mission needs to fucking get a release date, goddamn.